And hello everybody, welcome to 50 Shades of Parkour. Let's go, shade 1, shade of blue. So yeah, this map is 50 levels of parkour, and it says that some of the levels are pretty difficult, so we'll see what we'll be getting into for some of these later levels. I know that people really enjoy kind of the 100 levels, 50 levels sort of like style of maps. Oh, there's a single glass pane there. I don't like the reset system. It's definitely not one of the better ones I've seen. I also find it funny the chat messages they send after you die. It's always so stupid to me when map creators insult their players, which is something that I actually talked about in a map that, I tried to record earlier but didn't work out. But it's always kind of funny to me. It's like, seriously, the sort of people that are playing your maps and are the reason that you're able to make maps? I don't know. It is what it is. But it's kind of stupid. I like the sign block though. And like, it's always disappointing to me when there's a map that like I want to like, and then a map creator's like that, and I'm just like, eh. Like, I don't mind at all when map creators are kind of like neutral to their audiences and fan base. But when they're purposefully toxic or whatever, it's a bit annoying, I guess would be the way to put it. Especially both maps that have said stuff like that have that I played recently have both specifically said that their parkour map was pretty difficult in the description. And it's always the ones that are like, yeah, we have hard parkour, that then like come out and be super toxic. And I always question it. I'm always just like, really? Really? You specifically say that it's super difficult and then trash talk somebody for not being able to do it? I don't know. I'm probably overreading into it, but I just find it really stupid. And it's also annoying having to, see the little chat message pop up every time you fall. Oh, Ender Pearl. Just the one? Couldn't I legit just kind of... Oh, no. 50 Shades... Shade 5. 50 Shades of Parkour. Interesting. Okay. It won't give me another E-Pearl, sadly. Ah! Almost had that one. That almost feels like one that, since you have to hit the trapdoor is, higher chance of failing the first time. I am sad that I wasted the E-Pearl there. Probably something I should have saved for a future level that's more difficult. I feel like that probably would have been a much better way to go about it. Oops. Okay. Nice. Gotta hit that. Got a Neo. Based off the fact we're seeing Neos this early, either that means we'll probably see a pretty consistent level of parkour across this, or stuff's gonna get difficult. I find that that's typically how that goes. Man, this is so weird. This is so trippy. What exactly does this do? Oh, that opens or closes right there. In other words, I have no clue what it really does. Man, I'm so used to, for jumps, like, utilizing the position of the block in the corner of my eye to jump. So, like, having them moving actually makes it really difficult. Like, I almost have to look up and away from the block so that I don't get freaked out and jump at the wrong timing. Okay. Man. Making stupid mistakes. Pretty typical of this. Okay. Ah. I hate the moving. It's not a difficult jump. It's just the moving weirds me out so stinking much. Like, my word. That's going to be a weird jump, too. This is actually a really interesting use of redstone. Most of the time I find that redstone being used in a map like this doesn't actually change that much. But this is one case where I think having the redstone in it, like, it actually affects the jumps to a large degree. Even though, like in that case, the jump itself is the exact same. It's just, you know, block underneath you's moving. How do you move in turn? Okay. Focus in. I can make this jump. Shouldn't be that difficult. Every time I look down at all for it, I end up messing it up. Then I starts to get in my head, man. Just gotta key in on the ladder. Jump late, but not too late. I didn't jump. Alright. Like, I don't know. And part of the problem is, too, since I was recording just now a video or a map that was making me kind of frustrated, I am already kind of not ready for this sort of nonsense. Can I? Wait, I think I might be able to just jump to there. Also, I think that having this up actually is bad. I think I want that down. Okay, nice. So with that down, I think, yeah, I can just jump to here. Yes. Whew. Yeah. Okay, we did it. That got much easier as we started to hit the end. Sneaking fire. Boom, boom, boom. I cut that one a little close. Oh, no, not speed. We've been over this, guys. I hate speed jumps with everything in my heart. Looks like these shouldn't be too bad, though. I feel like this is kind of what I need to kind of soften me up on speed sort of jumps is... Oh, those weren't the ones that you just run over. I didn't have that much speed. But yeah, just kind of like a nice, relaxing, easier set of jumps that, you know, I'm still going to fail on a bit because I'm bad at speed jumps, but can sort of warm me up to it and get me used to playing parkour at a higher velocity. My goodness, velocity made me think. Okay, guys. So it was actually really funny, and I think that this is hilarious. Like, I'm not in any way complaining. I just think it's really funny, and I wanted to mention it. I did a short, which was like in 1,000 block clutch or whatever, and it was a short, and this guy commented on it, something about due to velocity and the velocity capping out, blah blah blah, and your Minecraft character only being able to move so fast at the max, a 50 block clutch would actually be harder. And I don't know, for some reason I thought it was hilarious. Like, this like I don't know, it's cracking me up again. Like, okay, let's say that you're right, and because of velocity, the speed caps out where you're not really going any faster at 50 at 1,000 blocks compared to 50. All right, I'll buy into that. That it makes sense. It's oh wait, I had leaping. I actually think it's possible that I could get from the slime jump to there without it. But yeah, so let's say so. How does that really make 1,000 jumps completely dumb, or 1,000 blocks compared to 50 completely dumb? Like, I understand the idea of, all right, at 50 blocks you have less time to prepare. However, 50 blocks is going to be much closer to the sort of distance that people are practicing block clutches at. So as a result, your 100 block ones will also be more difficult just solely off of the fact it's much further away from what you're used to practicing. And as a result, you're not used to that distance. And like this idea that you have longer to prepare from 1,000 blocks than 50. Do you though? Like from 50, assuming you're jumping off of something, at 50 blocks you can sit there, look at it, and get prepared before you take the jump. And like, with stuff like that, the longer you wait, the more you kind of get psyched out too. For large jumps, granted, it's a bit different in a game than it would be in real life. But still, like, you can kind of get psyched out by waiting on stuff like that for a long time. So, also, with the long fall from 1,000 blocks, it gives you more time to accumulate stress for the fall. Whereas from 50, you just kind of look down and click. You don't really have time to think about it and overly psych yourself out. So, like, it's one of those things where, like, sure, I can 100% understand where you're coming from in saying that a 50 block jump or that a 1,000 block fall isn't necessarily harder than a 50. I 100% get that. But saying that an 1,000 block jump is super easy compared to a 50, there would hardly be a difference. Got the following items: an in crystal, a fire charge, a TNT. So it's kind of like, seriously, dude. Summon blaze, summon gas. Boom, gas tier. I don't know what I need the gas for gunpowder. It's kind of weird that they gave me a gas instead of creepers. But I guess, well, gas are easier to beat than creepers at a range like this, for being real. Anyway, I'm too lazy to put stuff in. Okay. An end crystal and a fire charge. I don't remember how to make a fire charge. Coal. Oh, so I just need blaze powder and a piece of gunpowder. So yeah, I don't know. I just found it really funny that the dude had to make a big deal about how it was easier. And like it was made all the more funny because there was a dude in the chat that was, said something about, oh, that was impressive. I struggle with even like 20 block jumps or whatever. Or wait, no, he said 50 blocks. And then the dude responded with the whole 50 block thing. And I don't know, it was just I don't know why it was so funny to me. It probably shouldn't have been, but for some reason I found it really funny. Blaze gassed. Wait. Was I supposed to keep that ender pearl from all the way back in the map to here for a crafting section? Oh, wait. There's a shulker box there. Okay, let me toss this stuff in a chest and go back and grab that. I don't know if it'll let me keep it, but oh, that's the wrong thing. I do need to smelt some sand though. See if what I need is over here. Seems weird that they would expect me to keep the ender pearl from all the way back there, especially since an ender pearl is such a useful item for parkour. These might reduce the pain. Frostworker 2. No. Is there anything I'm missing anywhere? Seems like the most probable situation is I'm missing something. But I don't see what I could be missing. So let me think here. Obsidian and ender pearls are necessary for this. And there's no way to get back further in the map. I don't think there's anything over here. Huh. Can't help but just be like super confused. I'm clearly missing something. Because I think it's glass like that, 3 obsidian, and an Eye of Ender. But for the Eye of Ender, I need an Ender Pearl. And they took my Ender Pearl. One sec, guys. Okay, it doesn't actually take obsidian, which is something I was mistaken on. And I understand why they gave the ghast now, because you do need a ghast tier for it. But I don't have an ender pearl, and they didn't give me one, so I do think they expected me to keep it from back there. So I'm just going to give myself an ender pearl, assuming that that's the case, and that was the idea of a player using it was just a foresight or a lack of foresight on the part of the creators. But now I have all the things. Oh, cool. Put them up here. I don't know if it'll actually let me keep anything, but I have them now. Anyway, what was I talking about before I do that? All right. I don't know. Like, to a large degree, I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than I do, which seems to be pretty typical of me. But I just think it's so stinking funny. Like, there's something about, people that take stuff like Minecraft and then throw velocity in it that I just think is so funny to me. And like, if you're somebody like MatPat and I need the horse. If you're somebody like MatPat or Game Theory that like very specifically makes a big deal out of doing that sort of thing, then you know what? I get it. I can understand that. Like it's become your job to make an over deal of that, and beforehand you at least consistently, like, at least on your channel, kind of over analyze everything involving video games. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I get it. But for people that make a big deal out of stuff like that. I find that a lot of times there's also the common thread of there's a lot of other really stupid things in video games that make no sense that they ignore, and then they take that one thing that's very obscure and make a really big deal out of it. I need to regenerate. Kind of weird waiting on campfires to do that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't need to overly defend myself. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks it's funny. That's awkward. Especially since I'm gonna have to wait for the fire to go out again. The stuff does so much sticky damage. Although it does look like we're moving to solely campfires. Or not solely, but mostly campfires in a second. But yeah, like, I don't know. Overthinking stuff like velocity in Minecraft always seems just so dumb to me. Like, it's the sort of thing that... Oh no, I'm still on the campfire. I couldn't actually crouch off it enough. I'm just gonna book it to these campfires and then try and not die from them. I don't know what the strategy is here. Do I just have to kind of book it the whole way and hope not to die? Like, did I get lucky that one time that I was able to crouch far enough off the campfires? It's hard to book it with fire, though. But yeah, like, I feel like overanalyzing stuff like that in games is always a bit excessive. Like, part of the idea of games is to kind of escape from some of those laws of reality and stuff like that. And you're also taking something that, like, is kind of obscure for most people IRL anyways. Like, most people don't care about terminal velocity and stuff like that for IRL because they don't really have any reason to care, right? And then when you take something that people don't care about IRL and start trying to shove it into the video game world, I feel like that's the point. You've just kind of gone a bit too far. And maybe I, am wrong about this and people have... Can I crouch off of this and take less damage? No, I cannot. I'm going to die. I don't like having to go quickly. But I also feel like to some degree people like that start talking about stuff like that heavily in video games because nobody cares about, random facts like how terminal velocity works and stuff like that IRL either. So as a result, they like to have kind of that random thing where they can go, by the way, did you know that blah 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 terminal velocity? And I kind of get it because I'm a bit of a history nerd and, there's not all that many opportunities that you get to, tell somebody, by the way, did you know that in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth back in, blah 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 year, blah 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 war, etc. Nobody cares for the most part. And even if it's relevant to a conversation, people still, for the most part, don't care. Because, it's one of those things where, like, it's really interesting to you, and that's not a bad thing at all that you find it interesting. Especially, with stuff like that that's, physics related and stuff like that. Like, you find it interesting. That's really good, That's the sort of thing that, is very educational. It keeps your mind sharp to pay a lot of attention to stuff like that and, all that. But, like, I don't know. The idea of dragging it into something that people do for a pastime of enjoyment is, I don't know. It's beyond me. And, like, once again, I get it. I really do, because, you know, I have the same urges to drag historical events into legitimately anything that is ever said, because I find it so fascinating. But like, yeah, I don't know. You should not have done that. It killed me because I opened the shulker box? What? Now that's acting like an actual shulker. I'm scared. Oh no, it's an actual shulker. Oops. Wait, can I just take advantage of this and kind of leave? Okay, well now I have to successfully get quite a few of these in a row to not carry that much levitation with me. Okay, nice. Made it to shade of water. This. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say this is gonna be really annoying, but then it ended up being kind of fine. What? What in the world? So confused. But yeah, I don't know. And it's also nice to mix passions. And for somewhere where it's actually relevant, that, you know, terminal velocity of Steve in blah 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 situation, that information's really cool, and, you know, will actually probably be useful depending on, you know, what you can do with that information. But it's not really relevant to what he posted it on, which I feel like is what really gets me, is just the lack of relevance that the comment has to the situation, and the lack of awareness of the lack of relevance as well. But yeah, I'm obviously also blowing this out of proportions. Like, it's not nearly as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be. But I don't know, it's just something that really stood out to me, so I wanted to talk about it. And it was really funny too. I don't know. I think in part of the reason why sometimes with stuff like this I talk about it so much is, like, I kind of want to be able to reason out why it's okay that I thought it was funny. Although it is kind of ironic that I ended up talking about that after I talked about how, you know, map creators can tend to be overly toxic to their player base, even though they're the ones that kind of facilitate what they do. But, like, you know, there's also, of course, a balance, which I feel like is something that I missed out talking about earlier, just because I wasn't thinking about it. Like, I think that, you know, I probably shouldn't have made a big deal out of the guy with the terminal velocity thing. I need to get better at seeing stuff like that and just moving on and ignoring it, just kind of laugh at it and move on instead of making a bigger deal about it. But in terms of the map creators being kind of toxic to their fan base and creators and stuff like that, I think there is one level of careful we need to be, which is creators and stuff that are still overly nice to the people that have taken it way too far and need to kind of take a step back, probably, from watching that creator and stuff like that. Like, I saw a video which was just like a short thing with Jay Schlatt's return and the kind of general Twitter response to it, and just how it completely toxic a lot of the Dream SMP stands were over it, which Dream stands have been a constant problem. It's difficult when, you know, they have bad behavior and the person that facilitated in the first place, instead of, you know, seeing it and going, hey guys, you need to chill out, I'm just a content creator. You don't need to be overly concerned with everything I do and overly defending me over people making simple jokes and stuff like that. Like a large part of what allows a lot of the toxicity around the Dream SMP and stuff like that to continue is the fact that, you know, people like Dream don't like to ever tell their fan base no. Like, their fan base can never go too far in their eyes or whatever. And it's kind of like, look, your fan base needs you. Like, they seriously need you to step in and go, hey guys, this isn't okay. This needs to stop. Like, these are sort of people that might seriously are seriously going to struggle with, you know, just simplicity. Back at the start? What the what do you mean back at the start? One sec, I have to focus here. Okay. Like, these are the sort of people that don't need, like, it's clear by the fact that they're as caught up in your life as they are, that they probably have some other problems that you know, it's clearly not helping with. And by allowing the behavior to continue with no resistance, you're allowing them to make a mistake, a very clear, obvious mistake, and just kind of sitting back and going, well, you know, it's whatever. You know, like, at least I'm getting something out of it, right? Like, that's kind of how it feels like people like Dream are kind of taking it. Is kind of like, well, I'm getting something out of it, and at the same time, it's none of my business, not my problem. So, like, despite the fact that they're the one facilitating it and the one that's benefiting off of it, they still see no need to even try to do anything about it. Oh, that just made it so the other path was possible. It didn't actually. Wait, what? Where am I supposed to go to from there? It doesn't look possible. That jump is definitely not possible. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Here's an invisible block or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, it just feels like, specifically in this case, Dream is watching his fan base make a really horrible mistake that's going to, you know, in some cases probably cause problems for the people themselves. Because as far as I understand it, I'm no scientist for sure, but or doctor, whatever. But I'm pretty sure, like, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about this, but for people that have, like, problems mentally, specifically with stuff like over attachment and stuff like that, I don't think it's good for them to be facilitated in such a way where, like, they're encouraged to be that way. I don't think it's probably good for them. So, like, I'm honestly at a loss. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So, like, I assume that it's probably the sort of thing that, you know, being facilitated by people like Dream doesn't help. And I'm not totally blaming Dream either. Like, I think that's one thing that we need to remember in all this as well is Dream's a person too. He makes mistakes. You know, he has a large fan base, and to a degree, because of that, needs to be held to a degree of, you know, standards that, you know, like, look, if you kind of need to not cause huge problems for people. Oh, I keep just jumping without thinking. I think I'm just gonna skip this level. Just gonna do the give the Ender Pearl thing. Just because I'm not sure about that. Oh, okay. Try this again. There we go. Oh, this looks terrifying. But like, I'm not really a huge fan of like cancel culture the way Twitter uses it, where it's kind of like, look, we'll dig up a mistake from 8 years in the past, and you know, we don't care if you're a completely different person, or even if you completely apologize and feel terrible about said mistake, we're still going to, you know, crucify you for it. Oh my goodness, this is not good. There's so many blazes. Oh my goodness, this is insanity, and more just keep spawning. Okay, okay, one sec. Slash kill at E. Type equals blaze. It's just... Okay, I'm gonna run over it again to spawn more blazes, but I'm not willing to go more than what the default set of blazes is supposed to be. Boom. Ah. I don't know what the best strategy for this is. I really feel like it's probably just to book it and hope that you don't die to them, but and it's difficult. But yeah. But like, you know, while I don't like that, I do think that if like a content creator makes a current mistake, like, you know, like stuff like with the what was his name? The one dude that you know, was caught sending inappropriate messages to a minor. You know, like in cases like that, I feel like people are more than justified in go a certain time to finish this level. Oh, that's toxic. This is not good. That's already so much time wasted. I think maybe the timer doesn't... Yeah, the timer doesn't reset after you die. That's not good. Okay. I should be good now. Come on, come back. Okay. Should be set up to win now. I think I have to die to time before it actually resets. So I can go now. I should just went. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! Oh, I had more than enough time to go there. Why is it killing me so fast? And like, I can't reset because it keeps causing problems for it if I do. I think maybe having reset it all has broken this level. This was a pretty clear oversight on the map creator's part. Like, it clearly made it impossible. What's 2 plus 2? Wait, no, it's clearly 6. Aw. Who's the creator of this map? Who's Mastermind? Have you enjoyed the map so far? You know... No. I've been enjoying it. He put them all on the right side. Stop lying. Wait, what? Oh, I missed this one. I'm so confused. It's 2 plus 2. It's 4. Who's the creator of this map? It's Mastermind. Have you enjoyed this map so far? Yes. How dare you? Fine, I'll take the other side. Boom. Boom. I wish I... Okay, well now I've answered every single option. I'm so confused. What am I supposed to do? I answered every single possible way. Oh, there's a shulker box down here. Got him? What? What? Why does this map... Oh, wait, now it's open. Okay, I'm so confused. This map is so weird. Oh, ow. Okay. Wait, is that going to increase the speed at which these things fire? I sure hope not. That was close. I'm going to wait for the next one to go. Can I jump up to here? Yeah. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have just went... Oh, I had sticks up. Oh, no, it gets faster. This is so frustrating. Like, the map's really nice. I like... Oh my goodness, I'm lagging now because the entities... It's got to stop. Okay. Shade of Maze. I don't think it's going to let me do this, but I'm going to try it. Invisible blocks. I knew it. But yeah, like, it's a good map. It just very clearly has some issues. And like I know map creators hate having people cheat on their maps. Like, map creators always put multiple rules about not cheating, and I think that should open it up. And as much as like I think that them having the endless rules is kind of dumb and stuff like that, it's still, you know, it's how they have it set up. Wait, what? Oh, there must be more buttons down. I guess I have to find all the buttons to get the map, the parkour going. Weirdness. Yeah, and you know, like it's fine and all. You don't want people to cheat on your map. That's, you know, it's fair. But like, if your map isn't functioning, then people are forced to cheat. And like, I get it. You know, like a lot of map creators will, you know, go, hey, there's, you know, my map, the map works just fine. All the jumps are possible. You know, don't cheat at all. But it's like, then you come across bugs like that. And the problem is, at this point, I've come across like 2 levels or whatever that were pretty much completely impossible without flat out cheating in some way, and a couple that I had to, like for example, the Blaze one that I had to manually clear entities and stuff like that. Where it's like, it's no wonder when stuff like that happens that, like, yeah, look, sometimes people are going to be forced to, under those situations, cheat a little bit. Oh, I have to utilize the slime blocks. I think I know how I'm supposed to do this. Oh, I didn't jump. So yeah, and it's like, look, I can like your map and still cheat on it. I feel like that's the other thing that map creators don't recognize very well. So it's like, look, just because I cheated on your map doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. It just meant something was wrong with the map, or there was a section that I couldn't get through, and I still really wanted to play your map. You know, it's nothing against you. It's just how things ended up. The slime jump's difficult. I don't think that there's any chance that, yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, I feel like that's the sort of thing that if map creators recognized better, it would make maps a bit more enjoyable for everyone all around. And it would also be a bit of a different story if map creators always came back and fixed problems with their maps. Like, if you play a map the day of release and you know that if there's a major bug, then the map creator will come back in 3 days or whatever and have fixed it. Then it's a bit easier to just kind of go, all right, you know, no problem, let's go. I'll play through to wherever the bug's at, and then, you know, in a day or two, I can download the new map and, you know, play from there. And that's another thing to note, is like if there's a game-breaking bug and then it gets fixed and it breaks the game about halfway through, who's going to want to play back through that half that they already finished? Like, of course people are going to, at that point, then cheat to get back to where they were at, you know, before they had to download the newer map. It's like, there's just so many reasons why it would make sense to cheat in a parkour map, that it's kind of like, can you really blame people, though? Like, it just, you know, I don't know. And I guess maybe part of the thing is I'm considering don't cheat rules as the same as saying don't use commands under any circumstances, which isn't necessarily the case. Some of the map creators might recognize that, hey, you know, you gotta use the command sometimes, blah, 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 for situations, but don't really consider it cheating. But, like, yeah, there's plenty of maps that would be, you know, have stuff that would be unbeatable if you don't. So you just, you know, you do that bit of cheating to play a map that you want to play and weren't able to due to a bug. Just makes a lot of sense to me why you would end up doing something like that. But yeah. Like, think about how different indie games, the indie game community would be if bugs in a game could be bypassed as easily as just typing in /game mode creative, walking past the wherever the problem's at, and then setting back to survival or whatever and continuing playing. Like, it would make, you know, it much easier to play through indie games because even the ones that are buggy would still be to some degree playable, right? And maybe it's a out of, you know, range example, but I don't know. I feel like the rule tab should be much more used for stuff like, hey, you need your render distance at least 30. Well, it's rarely ever that high, but you need your render distance at least 12 for the map to work properly. Your clouds off so that they don't get in the way of stuff based off of where the builds are at, etc. is a much more useful use of the rules section. But I think in large part what's happened is a lot of maps don't really need rule sections, but because there were a lot of, like, specifically adventure maps and stuff back in the day that did need rule settings because they had a lot of very specific stuff when it came to whether or not clouds were on and what brightness you'd be at and stuff like that, that as a result, there's kind of the idea that you would have a rule set before your map, and as a result, you know, map creators just kind of always want to put one in, even if it's just for the sake of having one with no other purpose behind it. Ooh, that was close. Oh my goodness, how long does that cycle take? I decided to just try and jump it and hope that I could predict the point of the cycle. Yeah. Well, there's also problems like this boat here. What happens if it falls off? What are you supposed to do then? Just go, oh, that's too bad. Guess I'm done playing the map. Oh my goodness, that goes so fast. You have to predict where that's coming from. Gotta make sure to push the boat back. That way I can, you know, play the map. Okay. Okay, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Okay. Yes! Okay. I'm gonna wait for this to just run again because I don't want to have to go through that again. Okay. Bam. And we made it. Maybe I'll play another couple levels. I thought I was gonna end on the Shade of Oak, but that went really quick. I figure I'll just play for another 10 minutes or whatever. Even it out to an hour and call it there. Because I have been really enjoying this map. Like, if I hadn't, I wouldn't be... I would have probably just called it there. Gone, oh, alright, level 30, that's kind of an even spot. Oh, it's another one of these levels. Maybe I just ended it off here after all. These 2 path levels are... I don't know. Kind of dumb. It also feels like something's missing there. Oh, wait, this lever, you can just flick it. That's awkward. Okay. Fine by me, I guess. Ah, that's a head hitter. But yeah, I don't know. As per usual with my videos, lots of random topics covered that probably don't belong in a parkour video. I'm fine with that, though. I like the style. And, hey, you know, if it works, it works. And I get that there's not, you know, all that many people out there that watch my content and stuff like that, but I do think that it's a... Ow. Oh, the only way through is through these. Okay. Gotta hit the checkpoint. Oh, archery. These shades have been getting weirder and weirder. You know, the thing I hate about Minecraft archery is I used to always think that if you place your cursor in the same position, also I don't have Optifine. I can't see what's happening back there. Wait, couldn't I, in theory, did I hit any of those? Surely at least one hit. Yeah, I hit some of those. Okay. But yeah, arrows with Minecraft archery don't actually land always in the same spot that they, when you shoot them from the same position. There's a bit of randomness to it. And like, that was kind of the point that I kind of gave up on trying to be good at Minecraft archery in any sense. Shade of emptiness. If only you could shift your mood. Oh. Oh, this is unpleasant. Like, once I knew that it was random, I kind of didn't have any interest whatsoever in learning Minecraft archery. Oh, this is a dead end. Yeah, I'm not doing this. No offense, map, but I'm not interested. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's where we're gonna end it. This map was fun. I mean, it's clearly got a lot of flaws. A lot of these rooms are just kind of time wasters that have nothing to do with being a challenge and are just kind of there for the sake of being there and wasting time. And there's a lot of, ways to exploit it, like with the archery room where you could just jump down and shoot them. I don't know. But overall, it was still a good map. I enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.